Mitchell Talks Energy podcast is brought to you in part by Oklahoma Memo. If you want to stay informed without the endless scrolling, meet Oklahoma Memo, your fast 5-minute morning briefing on everything happening across the state from Oklahoma City to Tulsa. From small town headlines to big breaking news, Oklahoma Memo creates the best journalism in one quick, easy to read email. Delivered free to your inbox every weekday. Stay sharp, stay informed, stay ahead. Sign up now at oklahomamemo.com. That's oklahomamemo.com, because the news that matters shouldn't be hard to find. So get the memo. And Mitchell Talks Energy podcast with Jerry Bonin. You get the memo too with Jerry Bonin. If you sign up for OK Energy Today's newsletter, which comes every day, 24/7. Do you ever sleep?
Yeah.
Jerry Bonin? How do you do all this?
Nimble little fingers. Just keep going and going.
Now that you've turned 50, you should be, slowing down a little bit.
I wish it were 50.
Me too. Well, it's good to see you.
Yeah,
And,
good.
We've had an interesting week. Set the tone. When you're talking about $300 billion in CapEx spending by the big tech groups, the thing that's behind all of this is energy. And these Trump appointees getting confirmed and in place. You've got a real bunch of good stories, but I'm not sure big media is quite caught up with the fact that while they spend a lot of time, and I watch a lot of financial news, read a lot of financial news, including the Journal and CNBC and Fox Business, is behind all of this tech spending means that energy demand is increasing by large factors. And go back to what the governor said on Monday, energy abundance.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody's on board with that.
No, but you're right. Energy, whether it's a demand for more electricity because of the data mining and, the chip manufacturing activity, it has become a really important story nationwide. And in some respects, I think some of the national media is probably missing the point.
100 miles an hour.
They are. And not just the national, but, the local media as well. That's because instead they tend to get bogged down in the bogs of the politics of it all, and the Democrats and the Republicans, and rather than let's analyze the problem here. Just as an example, there's such a there was such a fight over this federal energy or transmission corridor that was canceled in December, I believe it was, or early January, across northern Oklahoma. And now, then I have a story on this weekend about how the Southwest Power Pool. This is an important story, and I keep telling you that the activities of the Southwest Power Pool are really important because this is the organization that controls the grid of Oklahoma and 13 other states, or whatever the number is, and they keep expanding their activities. And so then this week they issued a contract with Xcel Energy out of Amarillo. And this organization, Xcel, is going to be building 3 major transmission lines, including one to ensure or shore up the transmission capabilities in New Mexico. So they're going to build a line from Texas into southeastern New Mexico, and then a couple of lines as well near Pampa, Texas, and north of Amarillo. It's just an example. That's all I'm saying, is that this is going to become a critical debate nationwide over the growing power demands of a growing country and the economic activity in this whole world of high-tech industry.
Man, that's a lot to unpack. And
Well, I know. I didn't mean it to be. I don't think it was a word salad.
no, it wasn't a word salad, but it was a lot of chapters
Well,
in
yeah,
there.
and we're seeing that. Okay, then localize it, and all of the opposition that's being put up by some of the landowners all over the state. In fact, we had this week. I had a story about landowners up in northern Oklahoma near Enid or Garfield County, and how they're calling on the governor to issue an executive order for a moratorium on green energy growth. And they question him pointedly, why are you not supporting President Trump's stand against certain green energy growth and development? I thought it was pretty critical.
A good story, and you know that I've been looked at this with raised eyebrow
Yeah,
from the very beginning on this because I ain't so sure about President Trump being against it. Here's the thing. So big tech, and you may look around and find some big tech people around the president. You may have seen them at the inauguration.
yeah.
You may have seen them on the front row. Okay. These people at $325 billion. Now, that's their capex this year, their capital expenditure and
Mhm.
all of this. And then when you're looking at a 5-year projection on electricity, doubling, okay, doubling, then you have or just take that into account. And then you come right over here and you see Governor Burgum, who is the Interior Secretary. You see the governor here talking about energy abundance, all of it and more. It's kind of like here's campaign promises, here's reality. And oftentimes you say things in campaigns,
Mhm.
not picking on the president. I'm picking on all of them, right? You'll say things in campaigns that don't quite match the reality. And this situation with these big tech people around, none of these big tech people are whispering the president's ear going, cut back on solar and wind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
All of these people that are around the president are going, we got to have more. And if we don't create more, these same people that are protesting, guess what's going to happen to their electricity bills, which are already headed this way,
That's right.
right? So there's a analysis factor in what we try to do here, which is let's take the reality that's happening out there. A lot of these data centers, a lot of these companies prefer the quote unquote clean stuff. And while it's right now very fashionable to bash the so-called energy, green energy, or some people got the green scam. The fact is that you're sitting down in these rooms without the cameras or microphones. These executives and politicians are going, we need every bit we can get right now
Mhm.
moving forward. Otherwise, these same people that are doing the protests are going to be out at the Corporation Commission in 2 years going, why has my electricity bill doubled?
Exactly. Exactly.
And there's
Just
so
this
many
week.
layers to this,
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah, well, to support just what you said there was this week was Enel. This is the big green company, nationwide, based out of originally the parent company's out of Italy. Enel in Oklahoma announced a big plan to sell electrical power to Meta. And this is from the Rockhaven Wind Farm down in southern Oklahoma in Murray and Carter counties. That's a big deal because it's the second major electrical sale that Enel has made with Meta. So it's just an example of what you're talking about. But on the other hand, it's one of those dicey political things that you just, okay, if I'm a landowner and you're coming in and you're just trying to bowl me over, putting a transmission tower on my land, I understand that. And I'm not defending or attacking them. I'm just saying they have some legitimate arguments as well. But you're right, in a couple of years, then when electrical prices go up because we haven't kept up with certain major transmission lines or the development or the growth, they will. Okay, what's the corporation commission to do with this?
Yeah. Oh, it's fascinating.
It
You're
is.
seeing a lot of these folks that are going out wanting the board of county commissioners to start taking. All right, I like someone said it's like a hillbilly HOA. And then what's going to happen when the county commissioners say, "Hey, yeah, but you got to get Mama's trailer house off the corner over there."
Well, and
Nobody wants to be in HOAs unless you're
yeah,
wanting to maintain a certain style. It's being presented by media as just at present company excluded. It's way too simplistic. There's so many more layers, like an onion.